Alright, so this is a hover car that I've been working on all week. It's not really just a hover car by itself, but before I get to that, I want to talk about some of the features here. Now, these doors, they're pretty much solid. However, they both happen to be both intangible and invisible, so it kind of has this effect where it looks like they actually open up for you. As you can see, a lot of details put into this thing. A lot of stuff. All kinds of features, really. It has 4 main modes. There's flight. You press up on the right analog stick to activate. Pretty much just let you fly freely with the vehicle. Then you have a hovercraft mode. You're able to skim on the surface of water by pressing left on the right analog stick. When you press right, you have a sort of a ground clinging mode where it kind of sticks to the floor. Special thing about this mode is that not only does it work on regular grounds, but in the right circumstances, you can also scale up walls. Right, you stay onto it, of course. Of course, this one's different from the others in this kind of circumstance, as I had to use tags instead of being able to produce it on its own. So there's actually a force sensor up there, which you can see, this force tag. See, that actually forces the vehicle onto the walls when they go into this mode. And that's why it sticks. Of course, when I switch to a different mode, it deactivates and I'm able to move normally again. There's also a gyroscope that was installed, so the press of L3 can always flip back to the upright position. Oh, another feature added was the trunk and the hood being able to open and close. Of course, you do that by holding onto R1 and pressing square and X respectively. You also press R1 and circle. You activate the high beams for when you need to see a bit more in the dark. Let's see if I got it right this time. There we go. Alright, gyroscope. Gotta turn that off when scaling the walls, or that will happen. Let's see what else was there. Right, you change layers using L1 and L2, so it actually activates the turn signals in doing so. Nice little visual touch. Now let's see what else is there. Right. Pretty much set up instructions on the wall over there. Right, so on top of all that other stuff, there's also this mode where you pretty much just instantly stop in place. It kind of works like an emergency brake of sorts, but I tend to kind of also use it just park the thing whenever I just wanted to stick to one spot. So it's pretty much ideal for when you wanted to just stay in one spot on the ground or in the air. You could park in the air next to like a elevated sidewalk or something or whatever. You know, floating city, what have you, if you want to make that kind of level, I guess. It's the horn, R2 and circle. Of course, you could also lock your door with R2 and X. Remove the window at your own leisure. And of course, the special feature with only the driver's seat is that you can also move all the windows at once, unlock all the doors simultaneously, so that you can't just get out just by walking out. It actually locks you in. Good for, say, if you don't want people jumping out in the middle of a situation, or if you want to just have them try to jump into the car through the window or something. Depending on if that can work, of course. And there's also a radio, but I don't think I'll be able to get it to work on create mode, so I'll probably have to go into play mode in order to have it activate. There's about up to 8 songs on there. Of course, being LittleBigPlanet, you probably just changed them out to whatever you see fit. Whatever works for you. There's a lot of songs in the game. As well as the paint job. I only have it set to white as the default. You could really just put it on any sort of color if you wanted to. In fact, of course, well, many of the pieces are separate. This is for an example. Anything on here can work. Whatever tips you fancy, I guess. Now, I think that's just about everything. Yeah, it looks like. I mean, this can actually get the trunk to work, as well as the hood, just by grabbing onto it. There's actually really small sponge-like thing that's there at the sides. Can't really see them. They're kind of invisible, really, because of how small they are, but they are there. So grabbing on them will actually turn those stuff on. On that note, probably open that up. There we go. That's pretty much everything. So yeah, that's pretty much the latest thing I've made in LittleBigPlanet as of late. There's that tag I mentioned earlier, pertaining to those walls. Really tricky. Really took a while to get everything working just right. And this is just a random jet ski. Didn't take too long to make. I don't even know why it's here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't expect anyone to even watch this video, let alone like or subscribe or whatever. I'm just making whatever I feel like. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll probably put this up online. It's a level of some sort or something. Kind of like what I did with those gyro cycles years ago. Just have them there for anyone to just pick up and use at their own leisure for whatever kind of levels they want to make. You know, this could be interesting. Could put in a futuristic city or something. I could make some different chassis, maybe like a slick futuristic one, or maybe like a really bulky, tough one that can like break through barriers or whatever. Possibilities are endless, really. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. If you're actually planning on watching more of my stuff, then, well, if you want to, I guess.